What's up, guys? Alec Kiri here. I recently posted a video showing a few of the sprints I've started doing lately. Nothing special, just a few lightly resisted sprints paired up with some unloaded 20-yard dashes to build power and provide a little bit of a potentiation effect for the short sprints. But on that video, I received an interesting comment from someone who's maybe a subscriber or maybe not. I really have no idea. But his only insight into that snippet of my training was this: what's the point of having that athleticism if you don't play any sports competitively? Now, it seemed a little condescending to me at first and kind of snarky at face value. So my initial reaction was simply to respond in kind with something equally as pointless and smartass, like, well, I guess I should stop cooking food too because I'm not a chef either. But then I mulled on it a little bit longer and I realized it would make a good topic for a video because I'm betting he's not the only one who feels this way. In fact, given the current gym culture that's spread like wildfire in recent years, mostly due to the prevalence of social media, which has kind of created a little bit of a subculture war that has pitted strength versus aesthetics and bodybuilding versus powerlifting against one another to determine what the ultimate worthy goal of training is. Kind of like a crusade of sorts, but probably even dumber. I would bet that most hardcore lifters find the sort of movement-based exercise and power style training that I do to be pointless. Even amongst my own viewership, views tend to drop precipitously whenever I post a video that pertains solely to jumping or jump training or sprinting or sled work or medicine ball stuff. Really any of the non-barbell style work that I do. Now, I'm not saying that these activities are less popular overall, because overall, amongst the general population, movement-based stuff and athletic stuff is certainly more popular than pure weight training. What I am saying, however, is that they seem to be far less popular amongst the hardcore gym crowd, who's biased towards squats and deadlifts and bench presses and even lame-ass machine work. And personally, I think that's a real shame and indicative of a major ideological flaw in today's gym culture. Because while looking good is cool and while being strong is vital to life, neither of these things hold a candle to the ability to move well. That's because fluid, fast, agile, and powerful movement, which is the fundamental basis of athleticism, clearly played a large role in our evolutionary success as a species and is the pinnacle of human physical achievement. There's a reason why people are so enamored with professional sports, and it's because they see the movement these people are capable of and they're envious of that ability. Whether it's the 100-meter dash at the Olympics, LeBron James jumping 40+ inches off the ground into a sick windmill, or Cristiano Ronaldo blazing past everyone on the field. To the large majority of people, these examples of human movement are more popular and respected than strength or aesthetics. And that's because we have an intuitive, hardwired bias that tells us that movement, fluid, quick, and agile movement has always been the most important physical attribute in existence. But those guys get paid to do what they do. Millions of dollars, in fact. No one pays me to sprint across my driveway. All it does is make my neighbors gawk and think I'm a weirdo. And movement is no longer a requirement for survival in the modern world. Actually, we accommodate the inability to move. We encourage you to stop moving. Take the escalator, not the stairs. Don't carry your suitcase, roll it instead. Why walk when you can drop? So it must be pointless then for me to spend all that time and energy on improving my ability to move well when no one pays me to do it and the modern world insists that I stop doing it. I should just lift weights like a normal person and stop pretending like I'm an athlete, right? Not so fast. I can think of several reasons why working hard to possess stellar levels of athleticism and movement capacity are still one of the worthiest and most admirable goals that you can possibly seek. For starters, as I just alluded to, movement amongst humans, other than in athletic populations and amongst soldiers, is becoming a lost art. I know you've all seen the movie WALL-E, where the humans have been sedentary for so long that they've lost the ability to walk on their own entirely. That may have been a cartoon, but it was also a commentary on the direction that humanity is heading in. And I never want to be part of that. I never take the elevator unless I have to. I avoid escalators on principle. I have two legs that function very well, and I try to use them as much as I can every single day, even if I have to fabricate ways of doing so. Just doing squats and deadlifts simply doesn't have the same effect on the body as walking or running or jumping does. Secondly, I can think of many times in my life where the ability to run fast actually proved to be a great benefit. I'm not going to give you guys ultra-specific examples because you don't need to know what kind of trouble I've gotten into. But I've run away from psycho dogs, I've run away from psycho people, I've chased people down, I've chased objects down, I've avoided things that otherwise would have smacked into me and probably hurt me pretty badly. My athleticism, as pointless as it is, has actually saved my ass and other people's asses from great harm over the years. You'll never regret the day you can't run until the day comes where your life or someone else's life depends on your ability to run. And you never know when that situation may present itself. So it's best to always be prepared. So there's that. Thirdly, it's simply always been a goal of mine. I've always been an athlete, and I always want to be an athlete. An athlete doesn't need a sport. He just needs movement and the ability to do it better than everyone else. And to me, that right there is a worthy enough endeavor in and of itself. No one needs to be paying me to make me want to improve my own physical capacity. That's simply something that is innate to my existence. And last, but certainly not least, because movement is medicine. The more I move, the better I feel. The less I run and the less I jump and the less I juke around, the stiffer I become and the less energetic I feel. But the more I get outside and move my ass around in whatever manner, whether it be sled sprints, heavy sled drags, shuttle runs, broad jumps, vertical jumps, whatever, just true and actual movement and not just weight training, the better I feel overall. I become loose and limber and my joints feel fantastic. Not just while I'm performing the activity, but in the hours and days that follow it. It's like a permanent dose of anti-inflammatory medication. Not only that, but my energy levels skyrocket. I never feel tired, my head never gets cloudy, my mood improves dramatically, and I feel like I basically have a limitless supply of energy. And I think these effects are underappreciated by many people. I've seen it time and time again. People are shocked that they can no longer move very well, even though they've barely moved for the last decade. But it's clear to me that the higher of an athletic threshold that I can maintain, and the longer I can maintain it, the better off I'll be the older I get, and the more capable I'll still be as I age, and other people in my age bracket have begun to succumb to the immobility that afflicts many of us as we get older. These things I do are clearly therapeutic. They are what the body was designed to do, and it thrives off of them. You don't have to be an athlete for that to work for you. And I think that if more people incorporated these sorts of movement drills into their own training, they would experience this too, and they would no longer simply shrug them off as a pointless waste of time. So that is the point of all that athleticism I have that no one pays me to possess. In my opinion, it has real and true value, and more so than any other physical capacity that I have. But before I go, let me tell you something, and this can apply to anything you want it to. If someone has to pay you to motivate you to do something or to try to achieve something, then you have no passion in your soul, and I feel sorry for you. There are accomplishments that have intrinsic value, things that once achieved can never be taken from you. Even when the attributes that allowed you to achieve them in the first place have long faded away, the achievement in and of itself is truly what matters. Money can't buy that feeling or fill the void of never having felt it. And that is the only thing that I need. Anyway, that's all I got for now, guys. Please be sure to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And definitely leave me some love in the comments down below. Keep training hard, and I will catch you guys next time.